Hey y'all, if you're new here, I'm Shayna and I'm reviewing Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 14 Reunion Part 1. This is what we've been waiting on. You know, sometimes a reunion can be better than the actual season itself. So let's see the ladies go ahead and get into it in Atlanta. Before I do, definitely do me a favor, subscribe to the channel if you're new here and you like the video. Definitely subscribe and come back for more. Like, share with a friend. If you've been here, what are you waiting on? Definitely do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and help your girl out. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. We start off with the usual regular stuff. You know, Andy checks in on all the ladies before the show starts. You know, that's what he does every time, all the time. So that's to be expected. And we look at the seating arrangements, and it really had y'all on a chokehold. Like, y'all really are up in arms about the seating arrangement. Everybody else doesn't quite matter for me. Marlo and Sheree were sitting next to Andy. Marlo made sense for me because she was in the most drama. It's her first season, so expected. Sheree, I mean, I could tell that she probably would have been sitting next to Andy because we ended the finale off. Basically, it was a charade episode. Like, it was heavily on charade. It was about her fashion show, which she had going on. It was all about Sheree. This is Sheree's third time coming back. So since they brought her back again, I'm assuming that's why she's up there. And, you know, she's up there in the clique with Sonia and Marlo. So, you know, she's going to be up there. Sonia was like at the end, she's a new girl. She ain't going to be up there. So Andy asks, you know, who's a new bone collector? And they do, you know, the producer show clips, and basically everyone was tied. Candy said that Drew is the new bone collector because she literally threw a bone at Fatum. So she's the bone collector by default. Andy asks if Sheree knew, like, one of the fan questions, as some of y'all was saying, y'all think that they be in the boardroom making up these questions. No fans be asking this, but Andy's out doing the fan questions. So and so from so and so state said. So they said, like, do you know if Fatum, if she knew about the bones that she was carrying? Fatum was like bringing all that drama and research and stuff. Did Sheree know about it ahead of time and just didn't say nothing? Sheree get the fumbling and stuttering, and we know when she doing that, she's typically telling a tall tale, allegedly. So, you know, but Drew didn't quite believe her. And, you know, I don't believe her either. When she starts doing all that, like, you know, because well, yeah, Sheree. you already, 2 seconds in, already seemingly telling stories. Drew said aside from Sonia being a great runner, she doesn't know what else she does. And Sonia said, you know, you're mediocre at best. We're the same age and you're mediocre at best. I'm going to say this. Sonia is a 4-time gold medalist, and that should be applauded. But right now, today, y'all both on the same stage, on the same show. So it don't make sense. Why are we tearing each other down? Oh, you ain't really do nothing. Oh, all you do is run. Right now, y'all both on the same show, doing the same thing. Period. So there's that. We jump into Sheree's segment, and we have a fashion show with fashions. And they show a clip of everything Sheree's gone through, even from the beginning, and then showing her walking slow at the end with her fashion show ending, and with her smile on her face. That's when we were all happy with Sheree, and, you know, so happy for her. Very short-lived. We were happy for her for about an hour before things went left. But, you know, they didn't know about what was to come when they were filming this. So we're going to talk about what happened on this episode. And Sheree, she told a tall tale when she told Andy that the website, because he's like, the website ain't up and running. Like, what's going on? She said it's going to be running after the finale. It ran for 5 minutes, and that's about it. I heard it's back up and running now. Y'all check it out. I don't even got the time. I done lost interest. We know she been getting clothes from Amazon Prime and Shein and AliExpress and whatever, H&M t-shirts, and just putting her label on there. So, yeah, there's that. What we saw on the runway is not what we gonna get. Period. So Andy asked if she was embarrassed about, the sheba charade all those years ago and not following through, and people constantly asking her about it, and she just never followed through with it. She said she was just focused on her kids. But even the last time you were back, your kids were older. So, I mean, you mean those mature children? Those self-sufficient, independent, almost grown at the time kids? And then she brings up her kids quite a bit now. And it's like, those kids are full grown. Now stop it now. You already getting ready to be a grandmother at this point any day. Stop it. So Kinga said, it's like her house. Like, it's just taking forever. They just want her to win. Kenya with the light shade of it all. So Candy asked Candy about her discussing Sheree on her Speak On It show that she does. And Sheree was like, I know I'm good clickbait, but you talking about me, I don't talk about you. Candy's like, you were talking about me. And she was most definitely talking about her. And I don't understand why they keep coming for Candy. Like, Candy's so likable. Why would you be talking about her? I don't work with her now. But out of all the women, she seems the least confrontational. Like, I think she's trying to spice it up now because y'all done said she was born on the show. But she don't really seem to have no problems with nobody. She got so many friends in the industry. She's unproblematic. And she like, you think I need you for clickbait? Like, come on. Candy don't need y'all for clickbait. And she really don't even need to be on the show, truth be told. Like, it's just an extra check. But Andy asked Sheree why she was so hard with Drew on Drop It with Drew when it took her 14 years to come out with She by Sheree. And she's like, well, I am fashion, so that's what I do. Maybe you was in 2008, but in today's time, them jogger, it might have hit back then, but now, yeah. Like, we don't know you for, maybe you were known for your fashions in season 1, but we don't know you. Like, we don't think about Sheree and fashions at this point in today's time. She's better off trying to be known for fitness. But we don't try to tell her and pitch ideas to her and everything. Sheree lazy. She just don't want to do it. And she like, it doesn't make sense for Drew to be doing fitness because she's not fitness. And Drew was like, well, I had a hysterectomy and then I did get surgery. And girl, you're not helping the case. Just shh. Just don't even. Be like, you know what? Just like you can come out with She by Sheree, I can do my Drop It with Drew. And which, it's not really her line anyway. She's the face of it, period. She's still getting a check, and y'all still know about Drop It with Drew. So, every time, Drew was like, I wish you would have been after having 3 kids and all that. I wish I would have had more support. And Sheree's just quiet. She doesn't say anything. Every time Drew, says something that addresses Sheree is mute. Like, did you hear, are you listening, Sheree? Did you hear her talking? Are you going to respond? We just hear the birds chirping. All you hear is the birds chirping in the back. So, No Pay Sheree was asked if she pays her bills. Short answer is no, she don't, and no, she not. So, Candy starts getting annoyed with Marlo because Marlo said that Candy doesn't help people. Candy, you don't even get yourself worked up. Nobody believed Marlo when she said that. No one. We know you help people. You put your whole family on from the elders down. Y'all gave them a show. You give people platforms. We already know what Candy does, so we don't even have to. Marlo just be saying stuff just to be saying it, and it didn't hit, it didn't land. So ignore it. But Candy's voice got to shaking like she felt the way. She took it personal, and I would too. Especially if I try to help you, and you got the audacity to try to tell me I don't help people when I try to help you. The nerve. But Candy, you can help me any day. Hey, Candy. I'll tell you, I will gladly take the help, and I will not complain. You want to put me on the show? You want to come and do an interview? Whatever you want to do it. I will take it. I will gladly take it, okay? And won't complain. So, a fan asked if Tyrone was horrible in bed. They discussed that. And yes, according to her, he was. And that's that on that. So horrible that she decided to mosey on over to Huntsville. And they asked if Sheree thinks that Tyrone was using her. She does. She thinks he was using her to get on TV. I do too, because you didn't show up in Philly, but we know you try to say it was something going on with the parole. I don't know the ins and outs. I don't know. But you showed up later on, not once but twice, like looking for a moment for the finale, I feel. But I also think, okay, Sheree was over him. Like, he paid for, allegedly, the streets was talking, saying he was giving her money that's towards her house. And even Candy mentioned it on her show. They played the clip. So, nobody's getting this from thin air. He himself even said on the episode, like, part of the reason why I went to prison, allegedly. So, I mean, I feel like when that dried up, and then she came back and the sex was bad, boy, bye. So, Kinga, because Andy asked about Martell, and he said, what's going on with your new boyfriend? She's like, I don't have no boyfriend. He said, your new boo. I thought Martell said that they are not boos, but I thought that's what I heard. I thought Martell shut that down. Whatever, because we're going to hear about it over here in the reunion. We're going to turn around, watch Love and Marriage Huntsville, and hear about it over there on that side. So, y'all thought y'all was doing something with this, but we know what y'all trying to do. Both of y'all storylines is getting dried up, if you ask me. But he asked about Martell. Kinga, basically cleared it up because she was kind of like not saying nothing. And she was like, look, he cheated on his ex-wife multiple times and had a baby on her the last time. Period. And Sheree was like, you know what? He's a good guy. And she's like, he's into, because he was like, what? Andy was like, what does he do? And she was like, what does who do? Sheree, stop. Are you playing? Stop playing with us. Stop. Like, who do you mean? What does who do? We're talking, he just asked you about Martell. Like, what? Ooh, I feel like I'm talking to a child. She gonna say he do real estate and some other stuff. Real estate? I mean, I guess it's along the lines, but real estate. Girl, have you been watching the show? I guess. So she was like, I don't care about looks, even though he's an attractive guy. He's a nice man or whatever. Kinga like, we know you don't care about looks. We've seen Bob. That we have. We know what that was all about. Sheree ain't even try to deny it. All she could do is laugh at it because she know, like we know. You don't got to fake it no more. You don't got to lie to kick it. We know why you was with Bob, period. So we move on to Drew and Sonia, and they're falling out. And Sonia, really pipes all the way up and gets loud with Drew. She gets loud with Drew, but she cannot keep that same energy. When Kinga got with her, she was on mute trying to figure out what to say, thinking of comebacks, but you getting loud with Drew. She know who to do that with. And it's quite corny if you ask me. And then, it got to the point where Sonia they was like, oh, she's crying. And she's like, I see tears. I didn't. Did they edit it out? Because her face was dry. Marlo was handing her a tissue, her sniffles, but I didn't see a single tear. What? Maybe I wasn't close enough. Do I got to be sitting next to her elbow to elbow like Drew was? Because I didn't see no tears. Sonia started rambling on so much. I don't know. She long-winded. I don't even know what they was arguing about anymore. I kind of tuned out a little bit. I tried to rewind it, but what are y'all arguing about? It seemed like Sonia was just started something with her. Just, it was easy and it was a storyline, but it's only going to drag with her so long. What is this beef about? Not Marlo. Sonia picked her side. She over there with Sheree and them and Marlo and them, so let's that be that. I don't like how everybody got a lot to say about Drew. And sometimes she do be telling little stories or whatever, allegedly. But I feel like I don't like the way they be jumping on Drew. They be low-key, and for lack of better words, kind of bullying her, ganging up on her. Leave Drew alone. Goodness, everybody against her type of thing. If I was Drew, I wouldn't be able to. I know y'all want to check, but I wouldn't, for my mental health, I don't think I could keep doing the show. So then we spend a lot of time on Marlo. I don't even have any thorough notes on that. It's basically Marlo cleaning up her mess that she made all season long, talking about everybody. And how does she clean it up? By talking about her traumatic childhood. She does it every time. And then she's like, I deserve to be on here. I deserve a seat at the table. I'm next to these great people. You've done this. You've done that. She's done this. She's done that. When you say it like that, why do you just say, what are you doing, Marlo? Besides selling, already worn clothes and everything. But yeah, hype yourself up. I'm here for it. But don't tear. Now you did all that now, but you done tore everybody else down all season long to put yourself up. I don't like that. It's unnecessary. It's catty and it's mean girl. And I don't like mean girls. You don't have to do that. I understand we have to have a little friction on the show, but let's not just try to make drama, like just to keep it peach. Like she came in too hot and heavy for her first full season with the peach, and she's not a fan fave. She came in as a villain. I don't know. I know she definitely gonna be on her next season. Of course they're gonna let her come back. She's been on there so long anyway. They're gonna let her come back. But it's just and she like, oh y'all don't like me because of my fashion, so I can dress. And Kinga like, well, what? Oh no, wait a minute, that ain't it. And then that's kind of where it ends. It ends there with, what are you talking about, Marlo? Nobody has an issue with you because you like to dress. Like everybody gives you credit for that. And I was watching Misha's interview that she did with Candy, and Candy said she was going to give Marlo a show based around her in fashion. So that has never been the issue. It's you and your stank attitude that's the issue. But, I mean, we're going to see what Kinga had to say next week. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. How do you feel about part 1 of the reunion? Started off kind of slow, a little dry, but we know as it picks up, that's when we start really getting into what we want to hear and what we want to see. Sheree, I don't think she should have been sitting next to Andy. She should have been down there at the end with Sonia. But let me know what y'all are thinking. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.